Hey folks, this is Roger again from Tail Gunner Kennel in Mankato. The segment that we're going to talk about today is retrieving. Now, there's a lot of differences between the different kinds of retrieves that are available to you. If you have a dog that's just going to do some basic waterfowl hunting, and the dog just goes out and picks up a bird and comes back and spits it on the ground or spits it short of the boat, and you're okay with that, that's fine. But what we're wanting to do is to create a dog's retrieve that's a little bit better than that. We want the dog to be able to come back to heel, sit down and hold a bird and not chew on it or drop it, so we can turn the dog around and send him again for a second or third or a fourth bird. Now, this process is formally called force breaking or trained retrieve or conditioned retrieve. It's not a process that every dog needs to go into, but for those of us that are professional trainers and we have customers that want a little bit more advanced dog, this is a process we really want to be able to do. And what we're talking about is breaking down the three fundamental parts of the retrieve. It's fetching, it's holding, and it's releasing. Those are the three basic fundamentals. Now, in the previous segments, we talked about the leash training, how to get the dog to break the lead, and then we made transition into electronics. Now we want to take into the retrieving course those fundamentals as well. So what we want the dog to be able to do is to fetch on command, hold on to the object, and release it on command while he's walking on a leash. So the first thing I want the dog to do is to actually hold onto this dumbbell. Good boy, hold. And I want to be able to walk my dog heel while he's holding onto the dumbbell. This is a very important step. If you have not done your leash work, he's not going to be able to walk and hold on to anything. Good boy, heel. So it's important that the dog can walk and hang on to something. Give. Now he's a little bit hot today. His mouth is open a little bit more than we'd like, but that's okay because it is warm out here. But what we want the dog to do is to be able to hang on to something while he's walking, putting a firm grip on the football, if you want to think about it that way. But we also want the dog to be able to reach out and grab when we tell him. So when I say fetch, I want him to reach out and grab that. He has to understand what fetch means. Give. Fetch does not mean run from here to the bird. It means open your mouth and grab onto whatever it is I want. So when I say fetch, I want him to actually reach out and grab. I want him to hold. Good boy. Here. Heel. Sit, and then I want him to release it when I'm ready for it. Okay? So once he understands the basic fundamentals, we can go down the road into advancing work. One of the things that we do in training is what's called a 3-in-a-row drill. So we'll put 3 training bucks, heel, out in front of the dog. Heel. Good boy. I know it's hot, buddy. Sit. And we want him to pick that training buck up on command while he's on a leash. So if I lean forward and I say fetch, he picks it up, heel, sit, give. We've developed a retrieve from his mouth to the ground. Again, it's not about shooting birds. It has nothing to do with bumpers at this point. It has nothing to do with distance. It has everything to do with understanding what those 3 words mean. If I want him to go to the next one and I say fetch, he puts his head down, he picks it up, good boy, heel, sit, give. So he understands what those words mean. If I don't want him to pick something up, I'll tell him to leave it alone. And I can walk right by it, leave it. Good boy, here. And I can turn right around and go to him and say fetch, and he'll pick it up. Because he's understanding what those words mean. Good boy, heel. Sit, give. Now we're going to give this dog a little bit of a break, and then we're going to come back in the next segment and talk about the retrieving dummies and the different things that they're used for. Again, this is Roger from Tail Gunner Kennel in Mankato.
Here I am,